Continuing breaking news coverage now, the Limestone University Board of Trustees has decided to delay a decision about the school's future until next week.
Ray Urena joins us now with more on the board's meeting. Ray.
Nigel, Carol, while the board was meeting, these doors behind me were locked to students, and the only way they could enter the building is if they had class. University President Nathan Copeland came out afterwards saying that a potential funding source has been made available after the university announced its financial uncertainty between now and next week. He says that the board has a lot of work to do. He says in that time frame, the board and himself will be working to vet these potential possibilities, but he did not say what kind of possibilities they are. However, he says the school will now likely need more than the $6 million that was announced due to some students and faculty who have started their plans to leave. Copeland says the funding source could allow the university to remain open as is, with classes both in person and online.
At this point, the board is evaluating a couple of possibilities, and they would like a little more time to really think through this. What I can share is, there was a multi-hour board meeting, which speaks to the interest of the board to really try to find a solution.
When asked if he was more optimistic now versus last week, Copeland says he wanted to temper expectations and is praying that the university will be able to continue for another 179 years. Copeland says that the university is also continuing to move forward on what they're calling a reverse college fair for its students who are having their plans shift to other universities. They do say, however, that commencement is still going to go on as scheduled, and that is going to be held on May 3rd. Reporting live in Gaffney, Ray Urena, WYFF News 4.
Thank you, Ray. Students across the campus of Limestone are reacting to the possibility of the school's closure.
Nate Stanley is also on campus tonight. He joins us live with more. Nate.
Good evening. Cautiously optimistic is the wording that a lot of students have been using this afternoon. They are optimistic that the university could find a way to stay open, but they are reserved in that hopefulness, saying that they're worried that the school could still end up closing if they're not able to secure that around $6 million the university says it would need. If the Board of Trustees were to decide to close the university or move it entirely online next week, it would impact over 1,000 students and roughly 300 faculty members. One thing multiple students have mentioned to us is that Limestone University feels like a family, and that is a family that they will be missing if the school were to close.
I've been here for not been a full year yet, and I'm already in love with it. Imagine the students that have been here for 2, 3, 4, maybe even 5 years, how much they love it, if I love it this much already. It's enhanced my college experience totally. I love my team, I love my teachers and my coaches. It's like a second family here.
And we're going to keep talking to students tonight, and we'll bring you that at 11 o'clock. We'll hear more from student athletes as well as some non-traditional students and hear how they are taking this news and what they're hoping to see moving forward. Reporting from Limestone University, Nate Stanley, WIFF News 4.
Nate, thank you. And people across Cherokee County are impacted by Limestone University in many ways.
Jane Robelo joins us now. And Jane, you recently spoke with the Gaffney mayor, who is a Limestone graduate himself, right?
I did, Carol and Nigel. Mayor Lyman Dawkins III is a proud graduate of Limestone University, and we spoke from his office as the principal of Gaffney Middle School. He reflected on how his own success story can't be separated from his Limestone experience.
I have so many ties to Limestone just personally. I mean, it was the driver for my own personal life. I got my education degree there. Went through the Carbon Missile program that's so dear to my heart and taught me so many lessons and forged so many relationships. I actually was able to, to teach a few classes there at Limestone as well.
And Mayor Dawkins tells me that the Limestone students often do their student teaching in Gaffney schools. The threat of Limestone closing has really hit him hard, but he tells me he is praying for a miracle, and he's asking people to do what they can to help save Limestone. Nigel?
Jane, thank you. And as we learn more about the future of Limestone University and the board's next meeting, we'll update you on air and on WYFF4.com.